How's it going, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another virtual description. Today we are going to talk about our green 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle. This is a vehicle that we purchased from a customer out of Idaho. He had the vehicle, I believe he told us it was just over about a year. Before that, apparently he bought it from the original family, and they were the ones that redid the car a number of years ago. I believe they said it was done back in the 90s, but it still is a very nice car front to back. The driveline that's in it is a non-original 350, but it runs extremely well. Not a crazy horsepower setup, just a good cruising motor, backed by a turbo 350 3-speed automatic transmission. And what's really cool on this one is it does have an aftermarket gear vendor's overdrive. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's an additional unit that's on the back of the transmission that gives you that extra gear. Basically, like if you swap this car to a 700 R4, you have that overdrive gear. That's basically what this unit does. It's got a switch under the dash that you push, and then there's a little button on the floor next to the brake pedal that engages that overdrive unit. You can do it manually, or you can leave it on the auto setting. When you get up to a certain speed, it'll engage that overdrive gear. So you can cruise this thing on the highway at 70 miles an hour plus with no problems whatsoever. You do also have power steering, power front disc brakes. Both of those perform excellent. Factory AC has been converted to R134A and it blows nice and cold. The heat also is nice and hot. The blower motor puts out a good volume of heat or AC depending on what you're using. And then for your exhaust, you retain an original style set of manifolds, an aftermarket dual exhaust system with an aftermarket muffler. I don't know exactly what brand muffler's on it. Probably like a knockoff Flowmaster, but it sounds good going down the road. I would suggest taking a look at my test drive video. It's me personally driving the vehicle going down the road. It's about 9-10 minutes long. I'll talk about more of the mechanical stuff and the road feel. But again, check out that test drive video. It'll give you a lot of really good pertinent information. On my Does It Work section, it's a really well sorted car. Just a couple small disclaimers. The horn's not doing anything, and the washer fluid sprayers are not spraying any fluid. Did not diagnose either one of those two. I don't know what is wrong. Repairing the horn is probably something very simple. Either the horn might not be hooked up. Again, I didn't diagnose it, or the horn connection on the back of the steering wheel is bad. Not going to be a difficult thing for someone to fix. And then same thing with the washer sprayer fluids. I don't ever dive into fixing those. Excuse me. But if you wanted to replace those or get them working, I don't see it being terribly difficult to do. Again, all of your rest of your lights, all of your gauges, the radio, it's an aftermarket stereo. That all works. The heat's hot, the AC blows cold, and this one does have a really cool, like, retro style digital tachometer that's on the dash, and you'll see that in the photos, and that works properly. All that stuff is good to go. And then on my pre-inspection on this one, only thing that we noted is there's some minor seepage from the valve covers. Very, very minimal. Nothing that's needing to be addressed. Just a very little bit of seepage. Everything else checked out good. All the fluids are nice on the car. All your suspension components and bushings. Nothing is brand new, but nothing needed to be replaced. It all checks out good and it goes down the road well. On your exterior, it was originally a Placer Gold Chevelle, or this being actually a Malibu. It was originally a Placer Gold car. Now it's a really nice dark green. Paint quality's nice. Body looks good. Doors open and close really well. There's some smaller imperfections from being an older redone car, but nothing that needs to be repaired. There's no bubbles or any bad body work. Just some smaller imperfections, little touch-ups, little things in the paint here and there. But the quality of the paint does show well. Very, very presentable and something you can be proud of to take to your local car show or driving down the road. It's going to look good. You get up right on it, you can see some smaller things, but again, nothing major. Has a nice set of 15-inch rallies. Tires are from 2022, have plenty of tread, no dry rot, no cracking, so tires are good to go. On the interior, stock style black interior. It's a bench seat car. It was originally a saddle interior, and they swapped it to black at some point. No real issues. The seat covers, the headliner, door panels and dash, all that stuff looks good. If I have to nitpick anything, the rear view mirror's got a little bit of age to it, and same thing with the sun visors, but getting pretty nitpicky there. Overall, the interior does show really well. And again, underneath the dash, right in the center portion of the lower part of the dash, it's got that gear vendor switch, and then to the left of the brake pedal, it almost looks like a second dimmer switch. Right on the left side of the floor to the brake pedal, there's a little silver switch that you push to engage the gear vendors if you are going to be in that manual mode for the overdrive setup. Engine bay, everything checks out good. Nothing that needs to be really noted. It's all stock and it's very clean. Um, it's all very sanitary, pretty original looking. Again, not the original block, but everything looks stock style in the engine bay. The underside is super solid. Obviously, with the backstory that we got, being that this guy was in Idaho and then apparently he bought it out of California, it shows like a really dry and solid West Coast car on the bottom side. I don't see any signs of any metal work for the floors. The frame rails are excellent. You do have that factory undercoating that's on there, but it doesn't look like it's hiding anything. Again, just a good, solid car on the bottom. The exhaust has been replaced at some point, and all that shows really well. My overall feel, it's a fantastic Chevelle to leave it exactly like it sits. The other alternative would be to do an SS clone on it, do some SS stripes, put the SS badges on it, do a different wheel and tire setup. But that's just kind of personal preference. This is a great car. It's got the overdrive, it's got the AC, and it's just a fantastic driving car. So whoever's going to buy this, it's a great car. Cruises at 70, 75 miles an hour. Again, the air is cold. Just a lot of really good components on this car. Not a lot for me to complain about. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my virtual descriptions. Make sure you check out the test drive video that's posted on my website along with the additional infos tab. That's going to have my does it work section in there. It's also going to have photos of all the little imperfections around the car on the inside and the outside. Again, this one, it's a pretty short list, just some smaller stuff here and there. But again, test drive, additional infos tab. Check all that stuff out at pcclassiccars.com, and I'll see you guys on my next virtual description. Thanks again for watching.